Welcome everybody to the Kirby's Adventure Wii playthrough. I'm the Epic Fudge, and I'm so epic I have a rubber dinghy and an umbrella. In the desert. Yeah. Anyway, this is the third level of the Raising Ruins level, and I still don't get what the point of that sand fountain with the sandball is. There are some really weird backgrounds in this game, I have to tell you. Anyway. This particular area doesn't exactly bring anything new to the table. It sort of shows you hidden passageways with the bombs on the walls and certain like holes in the walls, like you'll find right there and there. There's not really anything special in this area though. You won't find a gear or a one-up or anything unless you like nearly have 100 stars or anything like that. But it's something. Now this area sort of introduces you to the fact that there will be some puzzles where you'll have to try and find out the right way to go, and the best way to have a look is to see if there are any stars near the start of that, like, platform, if you know what I mean. I'm not that good at explaining things, to be honest. Now these enemies with the mummy straps right here were introduced in Kirby 64. They're basically like mixtures of the Scarfies and Boos from the Mario series, where if you look at them they stop, and if you look away from you they'll chase you, stuff like that. And this is where we get introduced to another new ability, the Tornado ability. Press 1, turn into a tornado. If you let go of one while you're in the tornado mode, you go down. If you hold one while you're in tornado mode, you go up. If you shake the remote, you'll end up doing a powerful tornado attack at the end of it. And it's a pretty helpful ability when you know how to use it, but it's very situational, and there are points where it really gets in the way. And it's kind of hard to control, especially when you first go. But yeah, it also has moving attacks, and it's got dash attacks as well that help you get out of tight situations, like, watch this. Boom! Straight out. And it's also got upwards and downwards attacks if you need a bit more precision. Ow! That didn't work. But anyway, I kind of needed a tornado ability to get up there, but I swallowed enough stuff to get a start to break all those blocks anyway. Now this is another new ability that was also introduced in Kirby's Adventure. This is Hydra, which is, well, basically, you press the one button and you do a superpowered jump that makes you invincible. And it also breaks blocks. You can charge it up to make it a more powerful jump or a more damage-inducing jump. And you can also do a downwards jump as well if you need to attack anything below you. This is a Max and Tomato box. It's basically a box that's got a Max and Tomato in it. If you've got a 4-player co-op, you can get one player to carry this box with you and use it whenever you need it, but when there's only one player, it's not really very useful. I guess I could have carried it to this boss, but all this is a King Do, and it's kind of crap. See what I mean? Maybe we can take a hit. Either way, take out a King Do, you get the beam ability, and like I said, anytime you fight a mini-boss, take and swallow them straight away, because generally they will give you the ability that you need to get a certain something. For example, this one-up, and this gear. And all these stars. And I have 99 stars, I will need one more for a one-up, of course. God damn it, stupid thing, I don't know what that's called. Anyway, these introduce you to the not Donkey Kong Country Bramble Blast cannon things. Basically, you have to time button presses to get shot out of a cannon, which will send you to different areas. Certain times you'll end up having to use them to find a way to new places that will give you gears, stuff like that. Sometimes they're very hard. I mean, there is a certain area in the game that ends up getting a lot of people killed. And yeah, that's a little gimmick. If you play Donkey Kong Country, you know exactly what it is. I haven't played it, but I've seen it. Anyway, that's the end of this level. Nothing special like most of the World 2 levels, to be honest. To be honest, most of, like, the first 3 worlds of the game aren't really anything special to look at. But this game, while it is a bit slow and generic at the moment, it definitely picks up by World 4. I have to say that right now. Anyway, this introduces you to the key Scarfies. These are Scarfies that are perfectly normal until you pick up a key. Then they go red, and if they touch you, they blow up. Alright, Game Grumps. Anyway, you can use the bomb ability to direct bomb throws, you can drop it below you can just drop it on enemies, and you can bowl it as well. It's a really helpful ability, and if you spend too long doing nothing with the bomb, it will blow up on you. But you really do have to wait a long time. So, yeah, the bomb ability is very helpful, and to be fair, having the bomb self-destruct on you doesn't actually do anything to your health, so it's not been that bad, really. It's definitely not a dangerous ability to you in any way, so really it's more helpful than anything. And to be fair, if you're up against bosses, if you just mash one like hell, chances are you'll end up bombarding the boss with like 50,000 bombs in about 2 seconds. And it takes away their health like nothing else, seriously. The bombs are quite powerful, well, as you'd expect. And you can also drop it directly on enemies like this, and just sort of leave them to suffer for a couple of seconds, and a boom! They blow up. I'm not a terrorist. Aww. There you go, got it. Anyway, this also introduces you to conveyor belts. For some reason it's a sand conveyor belt. And, another introduction is the dark areas. You'll find a couple of dark areas in this game. And they basically give you a candle that you need to carry around with you to make sure you can see where you're going. If you happen to have a fire ability or the spark ability, they sort of glow, so you don't really need the candle. But there are some times where you'll need the candle to, like, destroy ice blocks, and if you don't have the fire ability already on you, then... How the hell did I dodge that? If you don't have the fire ability on you, then you won't be able to break ice blocks. But with that candle, you can. So sometimes it is mandatory, but most times it's just a little thing to help you get out of the place without, like, you know, falling to your death or missing anything. Anyway, whenever you get fire blocks like these, that usually indicates that you're going to end up getting, like, something involving a water ability. For example, this boss. Anyway, this is what you tend to do if you have bomb ability and you run to a boss. Mash 1 to win! Oh god, that's always very satisfying, I have to say that right now. Anyway, if you have a water ability or a later ability that you'll end up finding in the game, I think it's in the next world when you run into it, you can break these fire blocks, and they sort of, like, well, they sort of lose their fireness, and you can break them, obviously. I'm so terrible at explaining things. Anyway, yeah, if you use a water ability on fire blocks, you can destroy fire blocks, and sometimes that is necessary to help you get through to a gear, or anything that's helpful, like a one-up or anything. Like that one-up down there. And just in case you didn't actually swallow up that water monster back there, there's another one right here. And oh god, I love this music. Just thought I'd mention that this game has a very catchy soundtrack, and I don't know, I always go back to listen to it whenever I'm in a, I don't know, just a random quirky little mood. The music in this game is very quirky and weird, but oftentimes it's very catchy. This is one of them. Anyway, these fire cannons, as you saw back there, cannot actually be destroyed by water, so you just have to dodge them. Or you can grab this little invisibility crystal thing, which makes you completely invulnerable to any incoming attacks, and it lets you go through those crystals right there. See, that fire didn't do a thing to me. Look at this. And like I said, it lets you phase through these crystals, and that's often necessary to get, again, another gear. Most of the items that you'll get in this game will be necessary in order to get gears and stuff. So, if you don't have it, you won't be able to get through, and that's basically it. This game is generally very good about teaching you about how stuff works without having someone telling you how it works, if you know what I mean. Anyway, again, there's these cutting rope things here. If you have a sword ability, you can cut them, and get rid of any obstacles that might be on them or underneath them. And here is another super ability area. Take out the Ultra Sword Man, and we get Ultra Sword again! Anyway, all you're doing here is the same as you usually do. Just cut anything that's got stars on it, and that's basically it. Sword Power! Pretty much destroys everything. Galaxia Power! It's Meta Knight's sword. Don't know why that's it, but eh. Baton Power! How the hell does that cut things? I'm not gonna bother. Cleaving Power! I think that's a Butcher's Cleaver anyway. Yeah. Pirate Sword Power! Little random star right here. Probably have to worry about that little cannon there if you didn't have it. Baton Power again! And there's your little pole right there. So that's the end of this part of the level. Let's go to the black space area. Anyway, that starts right in front of the little purple wall right there, so you have to be very quick and on your toes for this level. Make sure you swallow all the star blocks that are carrying any cannons to make sure the cannons get out of the way, because if they hit you, they'll knock you back and that'll cost you time. And chances are you can get crushed by that purple wall if you spend too much time getting hit by cannons. So just swallow anything that's in your way, and if there's nothing that you can spit back out at, just spit it out at the wall that's behind you, and you should be good to go. Again, like I said, these levels are quite fun, but I'll be honest, there's not really much to say about them, to be honest. Anyway, if you'd have got here too slow, then that door would have been covered up by the purple wall, which means you would be crushed no matter what. So, yeah, you have to be quick. Now this Sphere Doomer, while it's still a Fire Sphere Doomer, which is relatively rubbish, the arena has been changed slightly, and it's now got, like, star blocks that can be destroyed by whatever ability that you end up choosing. Jesus Christ, what happened to my recorder just there? Yeah. Those blocks can be destroyed, and if you end up doing a mid-air attack and destroying those blocks and fall into them like that, you might end up falling down the bottomless pit. And in case you haven't gathered, if you fall down a bottomless pit in a Kirby game, that's obviously a problem. But anyway, take out that boss, get the 2 gears, and that is pretty much the end of the level. Just got a little bit to go. And I think that's nearly the end of the part. Yeah, 14 minutes. Yeah, now we've got these little cannons just exploding for no reason. And yeah, we got the goal game. Can I get it this time? Hey! I got it for once. Well, like I said, whenever you get to number 1, you get 30 stars, you get a 1-up, and you get the full dance, which is always fun to see. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next